Welcome guys and gals, and today I have a tutorial on how to create an automatic Minecraft harvester. What you're seeing in front of me currently is what we will be building today. But the first thing I wanted to do is list all the materials we need before we begin. So, the first thing you're going to need is 4 buckets of water, 2 hoppers, 2 chests, 1 lever, 4 redstone, 2 sticky pistons, a lot of stone bricks or cobblestone, and a lot of dirt. Once you've gathered all those materials, you're ready to create an automatic Minecraft harvester for wheat, potatoes, and carrots. Now that you have all the materials, let's jump into the tutorial. Alright, so the first thing we want to do when we have all of our materials gathered and everything that we're going to need is create the very top base platform for our harvester and where our water is going to go. So we're going to create a 3 block by 4 block rectangle. And that's all we need to do for that there. We're eventually going to put water in these 2 spots, but we are not going to do that just yet. And so the best way to create your harvester, if you're in survival mode that is to find a hill that gently slopes downwards already, so you don't have to do too much work in creating the hill slope, which would require a lot of blocks that are harder to get when you're in survival mode. So after we've created this 4x3 rectangle, we're now going to go 7 blocks outward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Once we hit that 7 block, we're going to destroy it. And then we're going to go 4 blocks over. And then this right here will be our next step down to our other platform. So we can destroy our blocks here. And you can see how the hill is already helping me do less work. And I don't have to clear out blocks that were right here. And so, now that we have this second area cleared out, we're going to count another 7 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hit that block, go 4 blocks over again, and clear out for 7 blocks. And once we have these 7 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to take these 4 out, and this will be the stopping point, if you will, of our harvester. So, what we want to do next is create the walls of the harvester so the water will stay inside and not flow everywhere and stay in a general path, if you will. But what we need to make sure of is we need to create water paths on each side of the harvester. So, in order to do that, we're going to start the water paths for those right here on the very edge blocks where no water is going to be coming out. So, what you need to do is build trenches, pretty much, all the way down to the end. And the way you're going to build these trenches is you're going to start, obviously, right here, like I said, and you're going to come out to the edge where you drop down to the next level. And while you drop down to the next level, you're going to put a block here, but you're also going to go 2 blocks back in order to keep the water flowing. So we're going to do the same on this side, 2 blocks back, and you do that all the way down until you hit your stopping point. This way we can cover the water up as well as let it flow underneath. So once we finish that, we can place the water. Since there are walls on both sides, the water is not going to go anywhere. And we can see how the water flows. It should flow all the way down to the bottom and stop right there. Yep, that is perfect. And so, now that we have the water flowing, we want to cover the water up because, honestly, it looks tacky. So what we're going to do is just place blocks right on top of the water. And right here, you can place a block right there since we went 2 blocks back, and it will not impede on the water flow. And you can keep the downward gradient the same, except right there. We need to continue forward here. My bad. So we can place a block there. And we're going to bring the blocks all the way out to here. And so now that side is covered up with bricks, while this side isn't. And I believe that this side looks a lot better. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Let's fill this guy up. Oh, and another thing, if you do want it to look better, you can bring the dirt out on this side all the way to here. It'll just add it and make it look a little bit better. It doesn't change the effectiveness at all. So now that we have all of these completed, and the water ends right here, we're going to build up, just close the water off completely. And actually we're going to dig out a little hole here, because at the very end we're going to have hoppers, and hoppers collect the items for us. So we're going to dig 2 blocks down, and you can make this little room as big as you want it to. I prefer just a small little room that you can walk in, you can see the chest, and actually it's getting pretty dark. Let me change the time. There we go. And you can walk in it, see the chests, and collect your stuff, as well as not being completely smothered by the water that's flowing down and everything. So now that we have all of that figured out, it is now time to do the actual mechanism of our water flowing system. So what we can do now, we can put the water in, if you want to, if you haven't done it already. And this is a lot easier to do in creative mode, this part, because it can fly and everything. But in survival mode, you can actually build a little tower like this, and then you can take your sticky piston, which I need to bring up right here, and you can put your sticky piston by standing down here. You aim towards this top corner of the block and put it down, and that'll give you a downward facing piston, which is what you need. And you're going to do 2 of those. And if you want to create it and make it look nice, you can actually leave this build right here and build on top of the water. And you're going to need blocks right here and here, depending on what side you're going to put your lever on. And so we're just going to put our lever right here, and we need redstone connect to both of the pistons. And when we activate our lever, these sticky pistons will go down and they will stick onto these 2 blocks. And so every time that our food is done growing in this position, we can lift the pistons, and then the pistons will lift the blocks, bringing the water flowing down nicely into the edge where we're going to put our hoppers. So now that we have all that done, we can close those and put the finishing touches on our harvesting system. So what you want to do is first place the chest, because when you place hoppers, they need to be placed on top of a chest. In order to place a hopper on top of a chest, you hold down Shift and click on top of the chest. So these hoppers, what they do is they collect any item that is thrown into it, such as this, for example. We threw a hopper into a hopper. That hopper collects it, and it'll funnel it into this chest right here, just like that. And so, when all your food is planted, it'll be dismembered by the water, and brought down nicely into these 2 hoppers here, which will be collected into this chest right here. For any more aesthetically pleasing things, you can make a little hut around here and a staircase down. But for now, this is just the bare basics of how to create an automatic harvesting system. The only thing that's not automatic about this is you do have to plant the seeds or potatoes or carrots again. But everything else, such as collecting and harvesting, is done for you. And that will do it for this tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like and a comment down below. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys on the next video.